will tell you when we are live. I think we are.
Yay.
I think we are live. Let's give it a second. Let it think about what it wants to do. Hello. Happy Monday, July 296. Just kidding.
Only feels that way.
It only feels like it should have been Christmas like eons ago. Just kidding. I can't even believe it's July. Let me just get a little, we got a heart. We're here. Someone is watching. Camilla. Hello. Yay. We are live. We are live. Okay. Well, welcome to our coaching sneak peek right inside of a launch of a brand new program that is tomorrow. We're really excited. I think it's because I look forward to things that they can't take from me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you can't take this from me. I get to buy a program and I get to work out. That's about all I can control right now. So I think that it is just so rad that it is happening right in the middle of summer. I've been saying this all day. There has never been a better time to take care of yourself, because when you are taking care of you, you are taking care of everything else to the upteenth degree, which brings us to coaching. Andy, would you like to go first?
Sure. So I've been coaching for quite some time now, and I still feel like it fuels me every single day. I'm a very different person now. I can honestly say that in more ways than one. And kind of like Kim was saying, it just makes you want to be better. It pushes you in your health and in the way you are with people and in relationships and everything, because so much of what we do is giving forward to other people, which makes you just feel like you need to be better, bring more to the table. So in a nutshell, my journey started almost 7 years ago with a launch of a program. And what's funny is I didn't know what I was getting into at all. I didn't know that it was a brand new program. I didn't know what a challenge group was. I didn't know anything other than what I thought to be true, which was, this won't work for me because nothing ever has. I struggle with my weight my entire life, complete yo-yo, very down on myself from as early as third grade. And it just was that thing in my life that was always a block, always a mental block, always a physical block. And it affected my decisions throughout my life, what I wanted to do, because I lacked confidence in so many ways. So when I was a year postpartum with my second son, and my good friend looked amazing, and she also was 1 year postpartum with her second son, I just wanted what she had, but I didn't want to do what she did to get it. And what I thought she had done was something drastic, because all I had ever known was drastic measures get you results like that. But she kept telling me, no, I just do these workouts at home and I drink this shake, and all I heard was blah, blah, blah. And all I thought was, I'm not doing that. So literally she said, nope, you're either going to stop complaining and just do it, or you're going to stay the same that you are. And that really hit me. And so I thought to myself, what do I have to lose? I signed up for the launch of T25, which seems like that makes me feel real old. It was on DVD. I got one workout program on DVD and a bag of Shakeology that I promised myself and my husband that I would return because I was certain I wouldn't like it. And I thought it was so ridiculously overpriced and blah, blah, blah. All these negative comments in my head, which just shows me how much I let myself make decisions based out of fear and based out of negativity in my past life, pre-coaching. So that's just a whole nother way that this has changed me. But fast forward, I got in that group 3 weeks into, at that time, it was a 10-week program that I was doing, and I knew that I was onto something. I was feeling amazing. I wasn't so tired anymore, even though I was working night shift still and I had 2 little boys. And I just felt like everybody had to do what I was doing. So she kept asking me to be a coach because I kept referring all my family and friends, and I kept telling her, absolutely not. I don't want anything to do with this business of yours. I even went as far to tell her that I already had a job, which was kind of rude now that I think about it. I had a job that I'd gone to college for, and I just wasn't interested. I wasn't interested in it from a time perspective because I had 2 toddlers and I was working night shift and working another job. I wasn't interested because I had all these preconceived notions about this type of business. And I wasn't interested because I wasn't anywhere close to my goal. So to call myself some sort of health coach seemed like, you've got to be kidding me. So it took a few months for her to continue to invite me to the coaching opportunity. And finally, because of the discount, months later, I said, sure. I mean, it didn't make sense to not take 25% off of Shakeology at the time. That was one of the only products we had. Now we have so much more that I would have loved the discount on at the time as well. But saving that $20-ish a month on this shake that I was obsessed with just was a no-brainer, even though it took me months to come to that conclusion. So I signed up to be a coach, and it still took me quite a few more months where I was working on my journey to finally go all in with the business. But once I did, I never looked back. So not only did this coaching opportunity provide me with a way to stay accountable to my goals, now 7 years later, 2 pregnancies later, and what seems like a lifetime later, but it's also helped our family financially. I was able to walk away from my nursing job about 18 months into actively pursuing this business. And I am, like I said, more fired up about it than ever. And from the perspective of jumping in right now, a launch is the way to go. I have seen multiple people in our company and on our team decide to join when a brand new program comes out, decide to go all in with it with their health and fitness goals, pressing play every day, drinking the shake, following the meal plans, being involved in the challenge group, and really showing up for themselves. And in the meantime, what they're doing is spreading this positivity. It's like you can't keep it in. When you feel so good from these programs, you can't put a lid on that bottle. So you're just like spewing this joy and this excitement and this confidence, and people around you, your family, your friends, anybody you see virtually, since that's basically all we can do these days, right, will want what you have. Because what's lacking in so many people's lives, and not just now in this crazy 2020, but always, is joy, is something that's healthy for them, something that fills their cup. That is lacking majorly in our culture. And this is something that provides that for you to the core and on such a level that I didn't even know existed. So what happens is people go, I want what she's doing. I need to feel good. I need to have energy for my kids. I need to lose some weight. I need to tone up. I need to feel strong. I need to fit back into my shorts. I need to, you could fill in that blank with 100 different things. And it becomes infectious in the most positive, best way ever. And that is how your giving forward business is built. Giving this gift forward to other people who go, I need that. I want that. I'm willing to do the work. And the work becomes contagious. Pressing play becomes contagious. It literally is my therapy now more than ever. I look forward to that, 30 to 40 minutes or whatever it is on the plan for the day in that virtual gym, in that workout room where I get to sweat it out and just do something for me. So like I was saying, this could launch you from wherever you are right now, wherever you are in your life right now today, to your healthiest version of you, the best mom you've ever been, and the best business owner that you can be that you've never even seen coming. Because that's how I was. The biggest skeptic, the biggest naysayer, didn't want anything to do with it, very negative about it. I couldn't see what my future held, but I made a decision to just try. I made a decision to take a chance on myself to do something for me. And along the road, this amazing business has been built. Friendships, community, things that I never saw possible. But it took the decision during the launch of a brand new program that nobody else knew anything about either. And me saying, I'm going to show up for me and I'm going to show up for these other people. And it creates a ripple effect.
Yay. And thank goodness she did, because, my story is similar. So Andy and I both have 4 kids. We did not have 4 kids when we started this shindig. We both worked full time. Actually, our husbands have known each other since they were in grade school. So we were destined to be friends at some capacity, but we always joke that we're now better friends than our husbands are, because, well, we basically hang out all day, every day, in some capacity, whether it's, thriving through the chaos of motherhood or being business owners together. And so when I remember actually going to her house, and that same neighbor that invited her actually invited me. And I think I was pregnant with Carter, so my second son, and I was not very healthy. He took a lot from me and out of me. I stopped calculating at 70 plus pounds. I had, I can't even tell you how many conversations I had with nurses about my weight gain and this, that, and the other. And I'm a pretty petite person, so that on me is pretty hard. But I had them really close together. They're only 15 months apart, and it just took my body by storm. And I used every excuse in the book why I didn't need to work out. So once I had him, I've always been into health and fitness. I've always, I was a trainer, like a group fitness trainer. I've done, Beachbody programs in the past. For me, this was like, I always knew what would work. And I got back to the gym and I busted my butt, and I left my kids in daycare for, that extra hour and a half, and I'd get to the gym and I would seriously be dying. Like, I remember dripping in a way that I never had. And then I would get on that scale and it would be like 0.1 pound, 0.3 gained, 0.2. And it was so infuriating. Nothing fit. At 7 months postpartum, I was still hanging around in my, high-waisted, banded jeans and whatever else I could find. And I was frustrated. And I remember I also was having a really hard time. I had pulled my son out of daycare. I worked at a church at the time, and they were going through some changes, and I disliked the program immensely. I would cry every single day. And so we made some maneuvers. I pulled him out. And so now he was home. And so I would work from home some days. My mom came into town. It was just this big cluster of like, who's taking care of this baby? And then Avery being at daycare, where I was, which was really nice. But at the same time, I had this looming feeling of Carter eventually having to go again. And I think it was a boy thing. I don't know why my heart beat I don't know if there's a word, beat different for him and going to daycare. It just didn't flow as well as I remember it being with Avery. And so here I was tired. I was beat up. I was still about 50 pounds overweight, and I just needed something had to give. And I remember thinking like, man, this is what I've always wanted. I have this amazing husband, these 2 great kids, I took a long time to get pregnant with Avery. So it just felt like everything was there, and I was so sad. And I had baby blues all the time, and I was tired all the time. And I just kept thinking like, is this it? Is this like what it's supposed to be? And then guilt all at the same time for feeling any of these emotions. And so at one point, I saw a post from Andy about how she'd replaced her full-time income as a nurse. And I kept thinking like, I work at a church. Like, I don't even really make that much money. Like, what does that look like? Can I make this money? I need to lose 50 pounds. She went from being this mom that hid behind her kids to this mom who was in bathing suits on social media. And I was like, okay, hold the phone. What is she doing? Because clearly what I thought and knew that always worked was not working. And so I called her up and I said, all right, I something's got to give. I got to lose this weight. Let's do the things. And I researched it a little, and I jumped in, as a coach, because I'd asked my husband, like, look, I know I need to drink this shake. I know I need to do some of these things. And so I might as well sign up as a discount coach so I can get the discount going forward. Now I also come from a long time, IBS issues. And so 2 weeks into not only the programs, which I also joined at a launch. I joined at a program called 21 Day Fix. I don't know if you've heard of it, but you probably have. Back then you got the DVDs as well. And you had these little containers. And I remember thinking like, I'm going to eat this amount of food, and by the way, was way more than I was currently eating. And there was no counting. There was no, feeling guilty about having that ice cream because I was still breastfeeding. And then I began to drink this shake. And about 2 weeks in, my digestive system that has been seriously the plague of me for decades began to change. It began to thrive. I began to not have all these issues that I had been having for years, and years and years and years. And I thought to myself, it doesn't even matter. At this point, I'm in for life. Like, I will never stop just drinking the shake. And then I began to research it more and found out a whole bunch of other things. And, my mom could drink it for her arthritis, and my dad could drink it for high cholesterol and high blood pressure, and, all these different reasons, pre-diabetic and diabetic. And so it became this, everybody in my life needed to drink this shake. And that very quickly became the base of my business, and very quickly became a business I didn't even know I wanted to have. And it wasn't even 9 months later, and where I was working went through a really big change, and the change was definitely leading me out. But I had zero fear, because I had already replaced any income I was making, and I never looked back. I quit that job and carried on as a coach, and was able to move our family to LA for a while so my husband could pursue some of his dreams. And it's just it's been more than I ever even knew that I needed or wanted to have. We went on to have 2 more children that I didn't even think I would ever have a family of 4 with 4 kids under the age of 5. But because I was home, it no longer was about daycare. It was no longer about where are all these kids going to go, because let me tell you, a daycare payment for 4 children is more than a house mortgage here in San Diego. So that wasn't going to fly anyway. So that is sort of where my story began. And really, I've always loved encouraging women. That has been my cup of tea since I think I was born. So now having this outlet to encourage women, work on myself, become the best version of myself, and not just the physical point. I was actually talking about this today. It's so much more. We focus on your fitness, but the reality is, once you become a coach, it becomes your habit. You just work out because you love it. You work out because there's a new program every day, pretty much. Not really, but every 6 months. You work out because you begin to crave it. But then all of a sudden you begin to work out your marriage issues, and you work out your parenting issues, and you become healthy in relationships, and you become self-aware in a way that I don't even think you realize. And now all of a sudden, this business that you went in to lose 50 pounds is become this business to lose the weight of the world, and the weight of comparison, and the weight of self-doubt, and the weight of jealousy, and all of these things. And you become into this person that you always thought you should be, but you didn't know how to become her. And I think it's just because you're surrounded by women who are on this growth mindset, where becoming the best version of yourself is the business we are in. And getting healthy is just kind of a side effect of the bigger picture. And now, we thrive we get to go on incredible trips together. I would never go anywhere. Are you kidding? Right now, with 4 kids, I've gone more places than I ever thought that I would. In the last 5 years, international borders, you name it, we've been everywhere. And I think that it's, getting to bring your husband in a trip that's paid for. I think it's hard to argue with that. It's hard to say no. But I think the thing that I kind of want to leave with you is Beachbody, the company in itself, was never, it never had and I'm not saying all MLMs have this, but for me personally, I was just like Andy, very skeptic, very like, what is this? Researching pyramids. My husband was like, what are we doing? And then I began to see that really we're just in the business of helping women live their best lives. Period. There's nothing icky. I don't have a garage full of Shakeology sitting, that I'm putting in a box and I'm shipping out, or I don't have to keep some sort of quota. I don't have to do anything. I just have to be me. There's no contract to Beachbody. I don't have to sell a certain amount of something or something's going to happen. There's none of that. And that's what I think I've always loved. The business is, if I want to work it, it's mine for the taking. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And I think for me, that was the deal breaker, for sure. So
sealed the deal for sure. Because what you'll see with a launch like this is, like I was saying, you jump in, you do the things, which is part of what we do as coaches, and you decide if you want to take it to the next level. You can be what we call a discount coach for 6 months, like I did, and made my husband a little bit happier by saving that $20 a month on the shake that I was going to drink anyways. And you never know what you might want to do from there. Or you might be sitting right now listening to this and thinking, I need to take more control over my finances, because the world we live in right now is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and it's kind of scary. And I'm not trying to paint the doom and gloom, but unfortunately we're living in some crazy times that nobody in our lifetime has ever experienced. And honestly, I have never felt so much gratitude for this business opportunity than I have in these past few months. And there's even been moments where I've felt a little bit bad because I talked to people who are really struggling. And I'm like, I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to provide something for you, walk alongside you that you can build, that can be your own. And it's all in the name of helping people, helping yourself first get healthy. And along the way, you're sharing that, and people will want to do it. There are so many people in this world who are waiting for somebody like you to inspire them in their journey, whether it's their health and fitness journey, their financial journey, or both. And as a coach, you get to do that. I mean, it's like indescribable how that makes you feel. We were talking just recently with our team, and there's a couple newer coaches who have recently had the opportunity to pay this forward and have gotten their first thank yous from people who were skeptical, people they invited a few times who were like, no, thank you. People who told them straight up, I'm never going to do that. And then they were like, you know what? I actually really need something to do from home right now. I really need to be able to work out, and I really use some extra money. And when they got those messages of thank you so much for not giving up on me, thank you for continuing to invite me, thank you for continuing to show up every day doing your dance parties and your workouts because it inspired me. Like, those are the moments that you'll take away from this, far beyond a paycheck and your personal workout every day that you get to do. It's just the best go-giving business that I've ever heard of or thought of. And that was the piece that was missing for me, that you don't really see until you do it. In fact, those same coaches who were sharing those, we call them wins in our team, it's such a win when somebody thanks you for something like that that's been dramatically life-changing for them. They even said, like, oh, when you've described that, I didn't get it until it happened to me. And that it's just like this ripple effect that just continues to grow and grow and grow, and makes me so happy. And it just makes me proud to be on a team like this with women who, at the core of what we want to do, is help other women just thrive.
I think you nailed it. You brought up a really good question, and a question that a lot of people have questions, or a lot of people use as a, I guess they bring up, and that, there are so many coaches out there, or they feel like it's, just inundated with Beachbody coaches. And the reality is, it's going to always seem that way because it's something you're looking at, right? It's like going on the freeway and you're about to buy a car, and then you only ever see those cars. It's very similar to the same thing. But the truth of the matter is, your mountain is your ministry. Your mountain is what people need to hear. And what I can relate to, and what Andy can relate to, and what Sarah can relate to, and what Andy can relate to, and what Jessica, and we all have different stories to tell. And that's what makes this so powerful, because it is something that's different for every single person out there. So if you're sitting there right now being like, well, I'm not even anywhere where I want to be. None of us were. If you saw Andy and I's both before photos, we were nowhere. We were very uninspiring. What was inspiring is that we were bold enough to say, join me. Come do this with me. Come show, let's do this. Let's hold hands together. And I'm going to have 49 children in here in 3 seconds. So I'm just going to move over here so that they don't. But that's truly, one of the biggest things that we get asked all the time is, how am I going to make the difference when, I'm just me? That's the key right there. You're just you, and you have a story to tell, and you have a journey to do. And I think a lot of times we think we're not inspiring, and then all it takes is one person to relate to our journey, to relate to that loss that you went through or that situation that you had to do. And the next thing you know, you're moving mountains. So I think that is definitely one of the things that comes up a lot. Any other myths that you wanted to?
When you press play on this brand new program and you start to feel that energy and those endorphins that kick in, and you feel it carry you through that day and then the next day and the next day and the week, and before you know it, you're wrapping up this 3-week program that does turn into 6, that's going to feel like it just flashes by. You're going to have that feeling that everybody needs to feel that. And that's what fuels this business. It becomes a business that you cannot put a lid on, that you feel like every single person needs that in their life. And that's the beauty of it. Yes, we wake up, because we have 4 children, not everybody does it this way, but we wake up at 4 a.m. to work our business in the morning, because then we're mom all day, so that we don't have to do daycare and we don't have to do all of these things, because that's what we've chosen. We also have people on the team who work at different pockets. Maybe it's on their lunchtime, or maybe it's after the kids go to bed, or maybe they're home and they don't have kids and they're working this that way. You get to decide all of that. But what I can honestly say is, when you start seeing results from this brand new program, you're going to want to share them with people, because there's nothing better than giving that gift to somebody else. And as you're giving that gift, you are earning an income. It's just amazing.
I was going to say, it's very similar to watching a movie or watching a show that you love that much, right? Like this movie or this restaurant, like it changed my life. Or inviting that friend to come, hey, I got tickets to see Taylor Swift. Like, you would have no problem going and spending $140 on a ticket to go see whoever your favorite band is. This is that same thing. I think that's what I've always loved. You're not investing in some crazy amount of money. And to become a coach on our team, discount or whatever, it's free to sign up. You're just getting the supplies you need to succeed in your own personal fitness journey. That's it. So it's not like we're saying, you got to buy all these things and we got to do, no, there's nothing weird. You're just getting your stuff so that you can start your personal fitness journey, and then away you go.
No contract. You get your workouts, you get your shake, you get your pre-workout, post-workout. You choose the package that you want based on your goals, and that's it. And you call yourself a coach, and you decide where you want to take it from there. No strings. Bada bing, bada boom.
And so, I know you're in this group, and tomorrow is launch day. And I know we've talked about this a couple times. There's been a couple posts, but tomorrow, the only people who can purchase this program are coaches, current coaches, or if you are signing up to be a coach or discount coach. So just remember that it's okay if you don't want to sign up tomorrow and go and change the world and start this business and be like Andy and I. You can literally just sign up and take 100%, advantage of the 25% discount. Or, maybe you have a sister or a mom or a cousin or an aunt or a sister-in-law or a best friend that you were like, because I will tell you, the people that succeed in these programs, especially these test groups, guys, I hate June bugs, and one just flew at my head. Sorry. It would happen right now. It's not going to leave. They're so awful. Sorry. June bugs. They're so loud.
Wild West with all the bugs and critters.
Last week it was a snake over here. This week I got June bugs flying in my head. Anyway, no matter, let's say, when you decide to sign up, we're going to tell you, like, hey, if you have a friend, bring that friend, because that friend is going to help you. Sorry, guys. I'm like, okay, I'm moving. Just tack of the wilderness over here. We're going to tell you, like, hey, if you have a friend, ask them to join you, because there is nothing better. Well, guess what? If you're signed up as a discount coach, you're going to you're going to help them get set up on their journey. And not only are they going to get started, but they're also you're going to get money back towards you're going to get a paycheck that gives back to the package that you just purchased. And that's how simple it is. So, but maybe you just want you just want that discount, and you want to start tomorrow because you're tired of being tired. You're sick of being sick, and you want to have energy, and you want to be the best mom or woman or whatever that you can be. Well, let me tell you that this is the best place to start. A launch program is going to do that for you. And we know this because this is our bajillionth launch. And to be honest, the summer launches are probably the best.
Picture yourself 3 weeks from July 13th and how much can change in those 3 weeks. Literally life-changing. It took me 3 weeks of my very first group to notice the change and realize that that I was onto something, that this was something that was going to stick.
And if you look at some of those transformations that we posted in there, I mean, they're 20, 25 pounds, 20 pounds. These women this program's going to do big things. So you are in.
One last myth, because we get this question all the time. When you sign up tomorrow as a coach, whether you're a discount coach or taking it, to the stage, do you have to do a dance party? Do you have to have a huge following on Instagram? Do you have to do all the things? No. You do things at your pace. And if you're the dance party type and you want to learn the social media part and you want to take this all the way, then we're here to teach you all of that. That is also our job. So we're excited to get to know some of you better and just rock this launch out with you. We will be doing it right alongside you in a few weeks. Cannot wait.
That is the other, we will have a coach mentorship that will kick off here next Monday.
Yep.
Monday.
Same
So
day.
if you are thinking this is for me and I'm ready to rock and roll, just know that we got you. We got you. We got you. Okay, well, make sure your coach knows what you need for tomorrow morning so that you can get that very first order in right away, as this industry right now is massive and we want to make sure you get the rope or the jumping rope. We want to make sure you get your flavors and we just don't want you to miss out. So make sure your coach knows what you need to succeed.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm just going to tack on a little bit. Back in the day, like for example, when 21 Day Fix launched and there were tangible DVDs you got, it sold out. And all day I've had this inkling, like those bod ropes are going to sell out. The best flavors are going to sell out. So that's why we are like, hey girlfriend, in your inbox, we're
not stocking for, yeah.
We just want to make sure you get what you want first thing tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah. And not to say, guys, that we're also this isn't the normal situation. It's just because the online health and fitness industry blew up. COVID happened and it took launch, and now that they're shutting down gyms again, it blew up fast. So there really isn't a better time to join us. And we're just really excited to see many of you on our team tomorrow morning, where we are all doing some dancing in the morning. Just kidding. If you want to, I'll teach you my moves. They're not very good. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. We look forward to hearing from you. I am going to hit stop.